Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gone. Be sharing with you guys a creepypasta that I wrote about a year ago or so. It's called Horror. The TV shows me things before they happen. And like all of my content, this is 100% true. Every single word of this story is completely and utterly true. So let's just get into it. When I was around 7 years old, I remember my parents getting me a brand new television for Christmas. I think it was 2006 or 2007. My parents bought me a flat-screen LCD TV. For whatever reason, they set it up in my room instead of in the living room. This is pretty strange because, at the time, I didn't have any consoles, so I wasn't really watching anything other than children's programming. Looking back, I wish they would have put it in the living room, because that TV was cursed. Anyways, my mom helped me pick out the location for the TV. She set it up on a little TV stand, and we plugged it in. But there was something very strange about this TV from the moment we turned it on. To this day, I don't know if it was broken or what was happening, but every single time that something happened in real life, it would show up on the TV. I had no idea how to explain this phenomenon to my mom, but it happened over and over again. I remember one time my dad was mowing the lawn outside, and I was inside playing video games. All of a sudden I heard the loud worry sound of the lawnmower abruptly stop. Then right on the TV I saw my dad fall off the lawnmower. The next thing I knew, my mom came running into my room freaking out saying, "What happened? Why did the power go out?" She went to check on my dad and, sure enough, he had fallen off the mower and cut himself pretty badly. Another time I was inside playing with my action figures, and all of a sudden I heard my mom scream. My mom always used to hang up clothes on this little clothesline she had set up in the backyard. Well, evidently the wind must have picked up because right when I heard her scream, I turned around and saw on the TV that the clothesline snapped and all of those wet clothes were just flying everywhere. And then there was the time that I saw on the TV a black SUV drive past my house. At the time, my house was on a dirt road, so cars never really drove past our house. It was only my family and about 3 other families on the entire road. That was until one day when we were watching TV and we saw this black SUV drive by. Little did I know, but 5 minutes later, when my dad was driving my brother and I to soccer practice, they actually passed by this same black SUV, and the driver of the SUV was staring directly at them. Dad described the driver as an abnormally tall man with an abnormally large head. We never saw him again, but he still haunts my nightmares. Then there was the time that my friend dared me to go into the basement. I don't know why he dared me to do that, because he knew how scared I was of the basement. My parents always told me to stay away from it because it was full of dangerous stuff and other things that could hurt me. Anyways, I was watching TV and it showed my front door open. Then it showed me walking towards the basement stairs. Then it showed me going down the stairs. It kept showing me going down the stairs over and over again. I don't know how else to describe it. It was like the TV was trying to make me go into the basement. I remember being terrified. I didn't want to go down those stairs, but when I tried to change the channel, it just kept showing me that basement. I didn't know what to do. I ran out of my room crying to my mom, but she thought that it was the funniest thing ever. Like, "Oh my God, you're finally going to go into the basement." She didn't believe me when I said that the TV was making me do it. She thought that it was some sort of dare that I made up. After telling her a million times that I didn't make this up, she finally believed me and came with me to the TV to try and figure out what was going on. But when she went to change the channel, the TV just kept showing her the same thing. At this point, both of my parents decided that it was probably best to get rid of that TV. The weird thing is that whenever they tried to unplug it, it wouldn't come unplugged. It was like the TV was keeping itself plugged in. They had to use scissors to cut the cord in order to get rid of it. Even after they got rid of the TV, they still kept seeing things on it. They would see things reflected in random objects, like their car's side mirror or the reflection in the window. It was like the TV was haunting us. After about a week of the TV haunting us, my dad came up with a plan. He wanted to build a fire in our backyard and throw the TV in it. He figured that this would get rid of the TV for good. But when they were about to throw the TV in the fire, it started raining really hard. They tried to wait it out, but the rain just kept coming harder and harder. Eventually, they just threw the TV in the basement. A few months went by, and the rain eventually stopped. One night we were having dinner and I looked out the window and I noticed that the TV was gone. I asked my mom what happened to the TV, but she didn't seem to know what I was talking about. She acted like she had no memory of ever owning a cursed TV. I guess she blocked out that memory, but I remember what happened next. It was a Saturday morning, and I was watching cartoons alone in my room. I heard a knock at the door and I opened it up, and there was this tall, lanky man standing at my door holding a toolbox. He introduced himself as a repairman or something, and he said that he needed to come inside and fix the electrical panel in our basement. He asked if my parents were home, but I told him that they were on home, and that I could let them in through the basement door. The last thing I remember was him giving me this weird look and then following me into the basement. When I told my mom about this, she was furious. How could I let a stranger into our house without asking her first? I told her that I didn't know that he was a stranger. He introduced himself and everything. She said that doesn't matter. It's not safe to let strangers in our house. Should have known better. I apologized. And I never told anyone about that repairman. I mean, he probably wasn't even a repairman. I bet that was the guy who took my TV. To this day, I have absolutely no idea what that TV was or what it wanted. All I know is that I've never been the same since that TV haunted me. When I watch TV now, I have to have the lights on, and I can't watch certain shows. There are so many things that trigger me and remind me of that TV. That was the end of the story. And thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment. If you enjoyed it, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.